Hey guys, how's it going? This is Finn. So I wanted to show you guys my open source sort of workflow that I use. I haven't seen too many Godot workflows specifically with like Linux and things like that. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to show you guys my workflow, what tools I use, what open source tools I use, and yeah. So let's just get into it. Um, First off, I want to show you my cloud storage system. So I don't use Google Cloud, but I use a service called, well, we can go to it, Nextcloud, which is a open source sort of cloud service that you can use, and you can host it on your like a Raspberry Pi or whatever you want, right? The idea is if you wanna have something self-hosted, then you can get a Raspberry Pi, and then you can basically start spin up a Docker container, the Nextcloud Docker container, and then it'll spin up this for you, which is like a in boundary Google Drive like system where you can have storage, things like that. And what makes this really powerful is that I basically have a tunneling system where I SSH into my Pi, and then I can self-host it. I can go to this localhost port, and so the Pi hosts it on this port specifically. So as long as I have access to the Pi, I can get into this and this through like SSH tunneling. Um, and so yeah, it's been very useful for like game dev assets. Basically, like persistent storage across all my devices, right? Because that's the idea. Is I want to be able to access anywhere and have it wherever I need it. Right, it's there. That's the idea. And before you guys try and get into my Google Drive system, right? I have like a lockdown system where you have to have like a key pair, right, to get in. I think that's the most secure. So, and I like that system. But basically, it's like a SSH key gen, and you can generate keys for the users that need to get into your Pi, right? So that's the whole idea. And basically, yeah, it's my Google Drive system that I use to store everything related to game dev. You can probably store entire projects in here if you wanted to. But I don't use that much storage actually right now. It's more of a recent endeavor, right? I've been using, but it's been really nice so far. Yeah, I guess another thing is you can extend your storage as much as you want, right? And HDD storage is like pretty cheap, right? I got like 8 terabytes for about $70 maybe. Um, so yeah, it's really nice. I have about 16 terabytes total on my Pi, which is a lot. And I'll show you what the other 8 terabytes, right? So I have 8 terabytes for this cloud storage, and then I have 8 terabytes for another thing. And this is my Gitea self-hosted service. So this is the game I'm making right now called the Wizarding School of Wizardry, and it's a co-op Steam game. So there's a lot of assets, a lot of moving parts, right? So we need somewhere to version control it, and so this is my system, right? I have a self-hosted Docker Gitea service where I can sort of push and pull from, all in boundary. All if you have a key, you can do this. Um, and yeah, I love Gitea. It's an open source repo service, kind of like GitHub, but it's actually open source. And basically, um, yeah, you can self-host this Gitea service on your own hardware. It's great. I love it. You can even add users if you wanted to. You just have to give them access to your Pi or whatever key service you use. And yeah, so this is my version control system I've been using. It's been really great. This is where I have 8 terabytes of storage available to push and pull from for any repos or games I need to make. I can push entire games that could be they could be up to like 6 terabytes, and I could push it, right? With GitHub, there's a limit to your storage for each repo, and I ran into this, a couple times on GitHub where I just needed a solution to basically have more storage on my repo and be able to push full 3D models, things like that, without running into a large storage issue or things like that. So this just bypasses that whole issue, right? Because you have as much storage as you want or as you assign to the Gitea service. And yeah, these are entirely separate hard drives on my Pi, so they both run and they both have 8 terabytes of data to push from and push and pull. So yeah, this is really great solution if you're running into size issues. If you don't want to deal with large file storage on GitHub, you can do this, and I think it's a really good solution. If you're looking for more storage. So yeah, that's that. Another thing I use is Godot, right? So I use a custom build of Godot, and basically this is a Steam build. So this connects to the Steam peer-to-peer custom build that you can get from Steam Godot, which is a open source Godot custom build, right? They build it off of the actual source version, I think, and then they just basically attach on the plugin built into the Godot software. Not fully sure how it works, just giving a guess, but yeah, that's how I'm thinking it works. Yeah, this is my game that I'm basically using with the cloud software. It's been really good so far. I tested it over the past couple days. It's been really nice to be able to have a cloud storage and repo service I can push and pull from. And those are the main things I use, right? I mean, you can basically do whatever you want with this system. It's very, I think for foundation, like just having a cloud and repo service hosted on your own machine that you can SSH into and use, it's just one of the best things you could do for yourself. Just because you're not using any external websites or things to upload your data to, but it's all in Boundary on your Wi-Fi, right? And you can add as much storage as you want, or as much storage as your game needs. So yeah, I mean, it's a pretty simple system, but I think it works well. It's been working great so far. So I really recommend you guys invest in like a Pi or cloud storage solution. If you want me to go into a more in-depth tutorial, I probably can. But yeah, I'm doing this because I need faster ways to like basically bring my data from other games to other projects, right? Let's say I work in this game and I have a bunch of models I want to keep saved from that game to put in other games, I can just upload all that to my cloud storage. And yeah, I mean, it's great. So yeah, thanks for guys for watching. Also, I use if you're wondering my OS, I use a Linux operating system. I use Linux Mint with i3. Kind of just gets past all the hurdles of using Arch. For me personally, I don't like to deal with like operating system errors and things like that, because I'm not particularly interested in that stuff, so I don't use it. I think I know enough. I've used Arch and I've tested it out, but I just never really enjoyed it, or I never really cared enough about it, if that makes sense, to handle those sort of errors. I sort of keep my operating system built for, or I want it to be solid for game dev, and that's sort of the idea. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you guys have any questions, just drop it in the comments below. But yeah, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.